In this tutorial, we're going to look at the basic layout of Photoshop, as well as some basic navigation shortcuts. So let's start by creating a new document. Let's go to File, New, and you'll find the New Document window. So in this New Document window, you'll find a variety of different presets. Each preset is basically set up for a particular size and resolution to suit various popular formats. So for example, you can have a template based on the iPhone 6 dimensions, which would be 750 pixels by 1334 pixels at a resolution of 72 ppi. Or if you wanted to go for film and video, you can have HDTV 1080, so in other words, standard HD, 1920 by 1080 pixels at 72 ppi resolution. So let's just go ahead and create a basic A4 document. So A4, 210 by 297 mil, but what I want to do is change the orientation to landscape rather than portrait. So you have the option to change both. You can of course type in your own dimensions, so you can customize the size of your document, as well as the resolution and the color mode. So the color mode is more important for if you're working on print documents, you want the color mode to be set to CMYK, as in something which is being printed out. If you're working on digital documents, i.e. anything which is being repurposed for the web, or for use in a video editing program, then I suggest using RGB color. So I'm just going to leave it at RGB for now. You can also set the background contents to be either white, black, or background color, and you can choose the color in this field here. So I'm quite happy with the white background, so it emulates a piece of A4 paper. Being slightly traditional, that's how I like to work. So let's click Create. So let's take a look at the layout. The main work area around here is referred to as the document window. This will display the current document which you are working on. Now you can have multiple tabs open across the top, each with a different document. So this one's currently untitled, it's called Untitled 1. I'm zoomed in 33%, but I can have other tabs open just by opening additional documents. The toolbar down the left-hand side contains tools for creating and editing elements within the document window. We'll take a look at some of the tools in more detail shortly. The Options Bar control panel over here displays options and properties for the current selected tool. So the properties will change depending on which tool you've got selected, as these properties are unique to that particular tool. So each time you choose a different tool, you can adjust that tool's properties up here. On the right hand side of the screen, you'll find panels, and these include things such as the color panel, the properties panel, the layers panel, the channels panel, and so forth. Now you've also got some additional icons here, so you can expand additional panels, such as the history panel, like so. Each of these panels can also be moved around, or additional menus can be expanded from the panels, like so. At the very top of the screen, you've got the familiar program menu, such as File, Edit, and some options that are unique to Photoshop, such as Image, Layer, Type, Select, and Filter. But we'll look at some of these later in these tutorials. So let's start by opening an image. If we go to File, Open, we can choose a document to work on. There we go. Now, as I mentioned before, you can see that's opened in a new tab. So I still have my untitled A4 document open in this tab, and my image I've just opened has opened in an additional tab. Now, if I wanted to place that image directly into this untitled document, I could just go to File, Place, either embedded or linked. Now, the difference between these two, if I place it embedded, it will flatten the document into this image. So if I were to move my saved file, the image would be there. Place linked means it simply refers to the original document. So if I place a linked image into this document, and I then move my Photoshop file, unless I bring the original with me as well, it won't find that linked file. So it's not embedded in the image, it's just simply linked to the original image. So I'm just going to place embedded, and I will choose a picture from here. And you see now I have the option to move this image around and choose where to place it. I can rescale the image. I can hold down Shift to constrain the proportions. So it's not warping. If I don't hold down Shift, you'll see it stretches the image, but holding down Shift constrains, which is very useful to do. And once I'm happy with my positioning, I can press return to confirm my decision. So going back to our other image tab, image0062.jpg, let's show you some easy ways to navigate around your image. To quickly zoom into your document, you can hold down Command and plus on a Mac, or Control and plus on a Windows PC. Command and minus or Control minus zooms out. So hold down Command or Control, depending if you're on a Mac or Windows, press plus or minus to zoom in and out. When you're zoomed in, you can quickly move around this document by holding down the spacebar and then using the left mouse button to drag the image around. Now it's not moving the image, it's simply moving your view within the canvas. So if I go back to my entitled image up here in this tab, and I zoom into this image, if I hold down spacebar and move around the image, you'll see it's moving the entire canvas, it's not moving the image within the canvas. The select tool, on the other hand, I can move the image within the canvas. Let me do edit undo. But by holding down space, I'm moving the entire canvas to make it easier for me to work on a particular part of my image.